Something I've learned along my journey is to be open to both giving and receiving love. And some of my most endearing moments have been with this little piggy of mine. He single-handedly guided me through my darkest days and loved me back into the light. So this video is for you, Boogie. I love you.
Welcome to New Earth. Congratulations on graduating from the Matrix.
I know I did my thing down on earth. I did the damn thing. I know I did my thing when I was on earth.
Welcome to New Earth. Congratulations on graduating from the Matrix.
Greetings, beautiful souls of the world. Xena Electra, I am here. Yeah, sharing these good vibes with you. Y'all, you haven't seen me in about a week because I've been grieving the loss of my beloved pet, my baby guinea pig. He was 3 years old. He was my everything. I called him my son. And actually on this channel, if you've seen the past few videos, I've been saying, whoop, check out the painting behind me. We're painting Boogie's Great Adventure. So now, with everything that's happened, and with hindsight, did this painting, my idea, my thoughts for painting Boogie in this way, predict Boogie's death? So you guys, if you don't know me, my name is Xena Electra. I am the soul evolutionary guide. I'm also a quantum healer specializing in past life regressions. And I'm also a psychic medium, a super sensitive empath, highly sensitive person, and so much more. And so in this journey, I've learned to listen to spirit. Spirit is nothing more than higher me guiding me. You can, I choose not to give spirit names. I feel like it's easier that way. So when I feel guided to do something or to make a move or to not, I follow suit accordingly. And I'll post on here when I decided to paint Boogie's Great Adventure live. Let's take them down. Come here, Boogs. Come here, Boogs. Ah! Y'all, I might cry on this video. And it just is what it is. So, this is my Boogie. This is my Boogie. My little guinea pig. He was 3 years old. He died in my arms Monday. Inauguration day. January 20th, he died in my arms. After a week of syringe feeding him and after a week of trying to get him better. Every day he had my whole attention. Boogie has stopped drinking, eating, peeing, and pooping. Here I'm syringe feeding him just some water. I did take him to the doctor. They gave him some meds and some antibiotics. So I want to talk about why I decided to paint this video and how I knew before Boogie even got sick that this painting meant something more. Shout out to all the pet lovers out there. Shout out to all the fur babies. Shout out to all the fur baby moms. Shout out to all the fur baby dads. Shout out to the people in this world that choose to love creatures that cannot vocalize for themselves what they need, how they need it. Thank you for being loving and attentive to our pets, to our little creatures. Like, we live in this realm and we have all these creatures that exist amongst us, and it's normal. When it's like, who are you, little creature? But anyway, so it takes a special type of person to love something that doesn't look like you. So shout out to all the fur baby moms and dads, regardless of your fur pet animal. You know, people have pet cows now, and chickens, and ducks, and birds, ferrets, dogs, cats, you know, reptiles, turtles, fishes. So, this is Boogie. Boogie was my guinea pig. I don't even see him as like a pet. When it comes to animals, we choose to be caregivers of them. Since they're in our presence, it's a pleasure to be able to feed and to provide for and to love and to give attention to these beings, be it big beings, creatures, small, to share space with them. And I absolutely loved sharing space with Boogie. Boogie was a boy, Boogie. So something about like growing up watching Disney is that I kind of loved the idea of Snow White, right? And it's not because of the dwarfs or anything, it's the animals. The forest animals would like follow her, and it'd be like a little parade behind her of all these animals and birds and butterflies and everything. And for me, it's just like, yeah, like that's how life should be. I would love a farm or something where there's more animals than humans. Okay, so you guys, if you haven't seen my video on the secret assignment of pets, I would advise you to go take a look at that. Okay? And even that video was inspired by my Boogie. Completely inspired by my Boogs. So, I got this idea that I should paint something. In all of my videos, pretty much all of my videos, I'm like, hey, I painted this, check it out, is it for sale? Hey, I painted this. And I kind of got to a point where it's like, well, I don't want to just create something from my mind. Let me find inspiration around me. And at that point in time, the only thing that was really inspiring me, outside of just getting up and making YouTubes, was Boogie, my baby guinea pig. He wasn't even a baby. Boogie was a grown man. He was a dad. Boogie, has lived some life, and, things became what they became and progressed too. Whew. So, I decided to paint this painting live. And the picture, if you look at Boogie, if you look at the little Boogie, the picture of Boogie, he's sitting on my chest in between my breasts, right? So rather than me drawing me laying here and all this is like me, and he's laying on me, but he's laying on my breast and he's looking at me, right? And I just take a little picture. I decided to paint that, and I was like, okay, well, I need a background. Okay, well, rather than him laying on my body, let's give him a magic carpet. Okay, well, let's create a scenery. Where is he flying over? What's he doing? And so I just decided to make it mystical, magical. He's in a different realm, y'all. I didn't want to use regular colors. Boogie is white and brown. These dark green patches are his darker brown patches, and everything else on him is white with brown patches. And so the fact that, is it consciously or unconsciously? A part of me decided to put Boogie, consciously decided to put Bugs in a different realm. I don't know. When I go live, it's hard to hear what I'm saying, so I've been trying to not really talk when I go live and paint. But I wanted this to be very, magical. He's just in a different place. I didn't want it to make sense oh, mountains are supposed to be, brown and green and gray, and there's supposed to be grass down here or something, or like I didn't want it to make sense color wise. I wanted it to be very trippy. That was one thing. Two, he could have been laying in a freaking pasture somewhere. I put him on a flying carpet. Travel. Afterlife, the soul travels. Spirit travels. Do I believe Boogie has a soul? Yes. Yes. This thing was alive, and it had personality completely different in comparison to my other guinea pigs. I no longer have any more guinea pigs. So the story, if you want to know, real quick, goes like this. I had 2 guinea pigs, Boogie being one, and then the other one, I'm not going to go through all the names, but I thought I was getting 2 boy piggies. So my 2 piggies turned into 5, right? They had 3 babies. Actually, they had 4 babies. 1 died. I decided to leave the country. When I left the country, I had to rehome my piggies. I had 2 girls, sent the 2 girls, the mom and one of the daughters, sent the 2 girls to our household. Both the boys, the baby boys, went to 2 sisters, 2 different sisters, and the sisters already had a guinea pig. Guinea pigs are best when they're a couple. So the brothers they stayed brothers, but they went to their places, and I was left with Boogie. And the reason why I never coupled Boogie was because Boogie is a badass. Even in the afterlife, Boogie's a motherfucking badass. You can't tell him nothing. He's going to do what he wants to do. Very fiery energy. Right? Boogie's an Aries. Very fiery energy. And so I was like, okay, well, I'll keep you, and I'll give you love and attention. But because I was leaving the country, I gave Boogie to the only other person who could handle this, which was my niece. And on this channel, we're going to talk about the soul. We're going to talk about soul fragments. Why did I choose this particular niece for Boogie? And everything, but it was the best case scenario, right? Best case scenario. She played with Boogie in ways that I'm just like, I ain't even had the bandwidth when I first got him to interact with him the way my niece did. And so when I came back, got him back, it was on and popping. Okay. Long story made short. Whew. So when it comes to the human mind, when it comes to the soul, when it comes to spirit, and when it comes to being guided, a lot of times we are nudged spiritually to make and to take action. So did my painting kill Boogs? No. Of course it wouldn't. I would never do anything to harm something that means so much to me. Did this painting predict? Was it foreshadowing of him taking a journey in a realm by himself without me? Yes. That's exactly what this is. Yes. And so, when I originally painted this, I was like, okay, I'm just going to do a series of paintings with my Piggie and, sell them and all this and that. And I still might, because I have so many pictures. But this one, it's not for sale. So let's talk about grief. Grief is a series of emotions. It's an emotional roller coaster that you get when something's no longer there. So even where I'm sitting now, the house I'm sitting now, usually I look that way. And Boogs' cage is right there. It would be. So when it comes to grief, grief is the feeling and the actualization of an empty space where something once occupied. a person, a pet, once occupied this space in a person's life and it's now vacant. And when it comes to pets, especially if you've ever lost a pet, and Boogie isn't my first pet that I've lost, but the first pet that I've actually honestly connected with on a spiritual basis. So with this grief, I have experienced a series of emotions. You know, you think about that good times, the happy times, you go through pictures and videos, and it's like, oh yeah, I remember that. You laugh, you cry, you just want to sit and just not be fucking bothered. And then there's moments where you play out scenarios different. And something I'm very grateful for is the fact that Boogie died in my arms. There's no safer place in the world for him to leave other than my arms. And I know there's people out there who have had similar experiences where they've lost a pet. I can't even imagine coming home and seeing my pet laying dead. Like, Boogie left out of here with his eyes on me telling him that I love him and that it's gonna be okay. In my arms. I've been trying to do some traveling and even prepping Boogie to travel with me, if and when possible. And so just to know all the different scenarios of him having that experience with me on the other side of the world, or him having had his experience with me just away in general, is fucking heartbreaking. And so I'm grateful that I'm here, that I was here to devote time, attention to him every single day. So, because Boogie was my inspiration, I decided to paint him. You know, and there'll be probably more paintings to come. Am I gonna finish painting this live? I don't know. I might not. You know, I'll have to wait until I feel strong. Till I feel strong enough. Till I feel fucking stable to do it. So, I wanted to share with you guys what made Boogie special to me, and also a piece of my birth chart. Okay? So, when it comes to pets can be found in your birth chart in the 6th house. So when you look in your birth chart, you find the 6th house. Notice what sign is there. Once you realize, okay, whatever sign is there, then take into account what planets are there. What sign is in the 6th house? What planets are in the 6th house? And this will give you an insight to how you move and you groove with pets. Some people don't fucking like pets at all. They don't like animals. In my birth chart, in my 6th house, I have Aries. What did I say? I said Boogie's in Aries, right? But that's neither here nor there. I have Aries and I have Jupiter. So the thing that made my connection with Boogie special, and Boogie's just the one that made me realize what it is that I have, that I'm able to do, that now I gotta figure out what the fuck to do with, is my ability to telepathically communicate with all animals. All animals. Why is that? Well, how did you get that from Aries and the sixth house and all this and that? Sixth house represents service. It represents health. Is what I'm here to do, right? There's other things, but pets. I remember being a child, being like, I want to be a veterinarian, amongst a million other fucking things, because I'm a Sagittarius and I'm a starseed, right? I wanted to be a veterinarian. Loved animals then. But also, Aries represents what? What part of the body does Aries represent? Y'all let me know. The head. And then I have Jupiter, planet Jupiter there. Big head. Or the ability to strongly telepathize with whomever. And I do. Ghosts talk to me. Animals love me. It's just people. I don't know. It's this thing with people. Like, ew. Because of my placements, I'm realizing, really, I can't even say as of today. No, I'm not going to lie. But I'm realizing and have come to realize that I have the ability of, or the gift of telepathy. And a lot of people have a gift of telepathy, especially when it comes to their pets, their animals, regardless of their birth chart placements. And this is because animals are nonverbal. Animals are nonverbal. And especially when you have an animal that's nonverbal and not as interactive as a dog or a cat. So let's say guinea pigs, their space is limited as far as where they can wander. If a dog needs to go to the bathroom, it'll go to the door, wag his little tail to let you know, hey, I'm trying to go out. So yeah, of course, it may not seem like telepathy, but the fact that you're picking up on the cues is a start. So Boogie and we would communicate telepathically all the time. And I would talk to him all the time as if he's another person, or a person sitting in the room with me. And our communication led me to know that Boogie would die in my arms. I knew days ahead of time. I'm like, he's not getting better. It's what I knew. Like, okay, he's not getting better. And then I'm seeing him not get better. And I knew that him dying in my arms isn't what I wanted. It's what Boogie wanted. Story time. So I was in the middle of doing a reading for a goddess here at the house. And people don't come here like that. Especially for readings, And so this is a very different scenario, very different setup. So this goddess came over and I was giving her a reading. It was a very long, in-depth reading. And I got to this one part and she asked a question. And I'm shuffling cards and everything. And Boogie squeak. Loud. And I was like, yo, he tripping right now. Like, I don't know. Let me go see what he wants. And so I went and I picked him up because he was having floor time. I give him time on the floor. He could do his thing, but he had food. He had all the things he needed. There was no reason for him to be acting like that. And so I pick up Boogie. I bring him back to the table and I'm holding him. I tell her, Boogie has a message for you. And then Boogie, he was being like wild. He was like crawling from, usually I hold him like this, but he was crawling from this side to this side. And he was like, like lifting his head up, which was pushing my chin up. And I was like, what's going on? He was, I said, Boogie has a message for you. And then I told her, I don't remember what it was. She knows. It wasn't for me to keep. It was clearly a channel message. And I told her, oh, Boogie said something. I said, hold on, wait. You know, like it was like processing the. I said, oh, Boogie said this. Does that make sense? And she sat there and she said, get out of here. Like it fucking did. Like it made sense. So another reason why it hurts, you know, is because my baby was gifted like me. Just as gifted as me. And he sat there and he literally told me something to tell her. That's why he started to make a ruckus on the floor. He was like, oh, I know. Or squeeze. I have some things to sit with. If you are a animal person and this video finds you, especially if you've lost a beautiful creature of the earth, I'm just sending all kinds of love and well wishes, and things will get better. Do I plan on getting another guinea pig? No. Do I plan on getting another animal? No. Not at this moment. There are some things that I would like to accomplish, do, and I would just like to have a better foundation. Until I can, I would yeah. So someone once asked me, how come I don't treat humans the way I treat animals? Meaning I treat animals better than humans, of course. Of course I do, darling. And this is because animals don't lie. They're not going to lie on me. They're not going to run a smear campaign. They're not going to try to compete with my existence. They're not going to try to manipulate situations to benefit them and to harm me. If an animal manipulates anything, it's to get an extra treat or an extra belly rub or to spend an extra moment, not to bring harm to or to cause a disadvantage of another human being. Humans are horrible. So let's talk about campers, right? People that go camping, RV lifers, van lifers. They would gladly go sit in the middle of a forest, unbothered by any creature that God has placed there. But as soon as these people see another human afoot, now all of a sudden they're just like, what do they want? How did they get here? I gotta watch my back. Because humans consciously know that we are not only a threat to the world, but a threat to each other. And nobody wants to be left alone with a stranger. Follow me? Thank you for enduring this video with me. I may or may not finish painting Boogie's Great Adventure live. It depends on my emotional bandwidth to do so. Thank you for being patient with me. I just needed a week to just feel and to do nothing and to do everything. So thank you all so much. I'm still here, making it do what it do. Until next time, Xena Electra Soul Evolutionary Guide, signing out saying happy ascension all. Peace. They say we're young and we don't know. We won't find out until we grow. Well, I don't know if all that's true, 'cause you got me and baby I got you. Babe, I got you, babe. I got you, babe. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy content like this and would like to support the channel, you can do so by simply buying me a coffee. Buy Me a Coffee is a website that allows viewers like you to make donations to content creators like me. Thank you so much. You are appreciated. Peace.